Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me and listen to me well. This is your moment. This is your time. You've been waiting. You've been dreaming. You've been hoping. But hope alone will not change your life. Wishing will not change your life. Complaining will not change your life. You've got to get up and make it happen. Some of you are stuck, not because life is unfair, not because the world is against you, but because you refuse to move. You refuse to take responsibility for where you are. And let me tell you something, nothing changes until you do. Nothing moves until you move. You can't keep doing the same things and expecting different results. You want to be great, you want to be successful, then you got to get out of your comfort zone. Everybody wants to win, but not everybody is willing to change. People say they want success, but when it's time to sacrifice, they back out. They want the reward, but they don't want the process. And that's the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. Winners make the decision to change. They wake up earlier. They stay up later. They study harder. They train longer. They push past the pain. They push past the excuses. They don't wait for opportunity. They create it. You can't wait for the right time because there will never be a perfect time. Life will always throw obstacles at you. There will always be reasons to wait, to postpone, to hesitate. But if you keep waiting, you will spend your whole life waiting. You want a better life? Start now. Start today. Change your mindset, change your habits, change your circle, change your actions. You have to reprogram your mind. Stop telling yourself you can't. Stop telling yourself you're not good enough. Stop believing the lies that your past defines you. Your past is a lesson, not a life sentence. You are not who you were yesterday. You are who you decide to become today. If you want to change your life, you must change the way you think. There is greatness inside of you. There is potential inside of you, but it will not come out until you demand it from yourself, until you are willing to pay the price, until you are willing to suffer for your dreams, to struggle for your vision, because nothing great comes easy. Nothing worthwhile is handed to you. Look in the mirror. That's your competition. That's the person you need to defeat every single day, not your neighbor. Not your friend, not some stranger on the internet, you, the old you, the lazy you, the fearful you, the one who makes excuses, the one who quits when things get tough. That's the person standing between you and success. So today, make a decision, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Make a promise to yourself that you will no longer be a prisoner of your past, that you will no longer be controlled by fear, that you will no longer settle for less than what you deserve, because you deserve greatness. You deserve success, but you have to go out and take it. Get up, get moving, change your life. The world is waiting for you. Listen to me. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to change your life for you. If you want something different, if you want something better, it's on you to make it happen. Too many people sit around waiting for the right time, waiting for someone to believe in them, waiting for luck, waiting for life to just magically change. But life doesn't work like that. If you want more, you have to become more. If you want success, you have to earn it. Everything you need to change your life is already inside of you. The problem isn't that you don't have the potential, it's that you don't believe in it. You've been doubting yourself for too long. You've been playing small for too long. You've been making excuses, blaming your past, blaming your circumstances, blaming other people. But the truth is, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the story you keep telling yourself. You are not your past. You are not your failures. You are not your mistakes. You are whatever you decide to be. And if you want to change your life, it starts with a decision to stop making excuses, a decision to stop waiting for permission, a decision to get up and take control. Because the moment you decide that enough is enough, that's when your life begins to change. You don't need someone else to tell you you're ready. You don't need the perfect plan. You just need to start, because the longer you wait, the more time you waste. And the more time you waste, the further you get from the life you deserve. So stop waiting, stop doubting, stop hesitating, stand up and take action right now. Because if you don't change, nothing will. And if you don't take responsibility for your life, nobody else will. Let's be real. Comfort is the enemy of progress. Comfort is where dreams go to die. You say you want to be great. You say you want success, but the moment things get uncomfortable, you back down. The moment it gets hard, you start making excuses. You say, maybe this isn't for me, or I'll try again later. No, if you want to change your life, you have to be willing to do what most people won't. You have to push yourself past what feels safe, past what feels easy, past what feels normal. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of discomfort. Every goal, every dream, every breakthrough, it's all waiting for you, but you've got to be willing to go through the fire to get it. There is no growth in comfort. Growth comes from struggle. Strength comes from resistance. Champions are built in the moments when they push beyond their limits, when they refuse to quit, when they keep going even when every part of them wants to stop. You weren't born to be average. You weren't created to live a life of mediocrity. But if you keep choosing comfort over a challenge, if you keep choosing the easy road, that's exactly where you'll stay, stuck in the same place, watching other people live the life you know you could have had. The difference between the successful and unsuccessful isn't talent, isn't luck. It's the willingness to do what others won't. It's the willingness to be uncomfortable, to struggle, to sacrifice, to suffer a little now so you can live the life you want later. Stop avoiding the work. Stop running from the pain. Lean into it. Embrace it. Because pain is temporary, but growth is forever. And the day you decide to stop being afraid of discomfort is the day you start changing your life. You say you want it, then prove it. Step up. Get uncomfortable and watch how your life transforms. How much longer are you going to wait? How many more excuses are you going to make? You keep saying you want a better life, but every time it's time to take action, you hesitate. You tell yourself, I'll start next week. You say, I need to be more prepared. You wait for the perfect moment. But let me tell you something. The perfect moment does not exist. There will never be a day when everything falls into place, when every doubt disappears, when every condition is ideal. If you keep waiting, you will waste your entire life watching opportunities pass you by. The people who succeed in life aren't the ones who had everything figured out from the start. They're the ones who started before they were ready. They're the ones who took a leap of faith when they were scared, when they were uncertain, when they didn't know what was coming next. They understood that action creates momentum and momentum creates success. Every second you spend waiting is a second you could be using to build, to grow, to get better. You don't need all the answers. You don't need the perfect plan. You just need to take the first step, because the first step is the hardest. But once you take it, everything else starts falling into place. You learn as you go. You adjust as you move. You become stronger with every challenge. But none of that happens if you don't start. Stop waiting, stop hesitating, stop overthinking. You've been telling yourself you'll do it someday, but someday is not a real day on the calendar. Someday is an excuse. The only time that exists is now. If you want to change your life, you don't do it tomorrow, you don't do it next week, you do it today. Because every day you delay is a day you can never get back. Your time is now. Move, take action, make it happen. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. The way you think, the way you speak to yourself, the beliefs you hold, these are the things that shape your life. If you tell yourself you can't, you won't. If you tell yourself you're not good enough, you'll never be. If you keep thinking small, playing small, believing small, then don't be surprised when your life stays small. You are a reflection of your mindset. Some of you are stuck, not because you don't have the talent, not because you don't have the ability, but because your mind is working against you. You've been conditioned to believe that you're not capable, that success is for other people, that greatness is out of reach. You've been telling yourself the same old story for years, and that story has been holding you back. But the truth is, you are not your past. You are not your failures. You are not the mistakes you've made or the limitations people have placed on you. You are whatever you decide to be. The moment you change the way you think, your entire life begins to change. If you want to be successful, if you want to live the life you were meant to live, you have to reprogram your mind. You have to stop feeding yourself doubt and start feeding yourself belief. You have to stop thinking like a victim and start thinking like a warrior. You have to stop focusing on why things won't work and start focusing on how they will. Every single day you have to tell yourself, I am capable. I am strong. I am built for this, because the mind will believe whatever you tell it. So start telling it the right things. This world is full of people who had nothing, who came from nowhere, who faced impossible odds, and yet they made it. Why? Because they refused to let their mind stop them. They saw themselves as winners before the world did. They believed in their dreams before anyone else believed in them, and that belief became their reality. Your belief will become your reality too, but only if you make the decision to change your mindset. Success starts in the mind. Greatness starts in the mind. Everything you want, everything you dream of, it all starts with how you think. So stop doubting, stop hesitating, stop playing small. Change your mind and you will change your life. Everybody wants success, but not everybody is willing to pay the price. You say you want to change your life. You say you want greatness, but the moment it requires sacrifice, you hesitate. You love the idea of success, but are you willing to let go of the distractions, the bad habits, the comfort that's keeping you stuck? You can't keep living the same way and expect different results. You can't keep doing what's easy and expect to be great. Success has a cost, and the question is, are you willing to pay it? You see, the people who make it in life, the ones who reach the top, they didn't get there by accident. They sacrificed. While others were sleeping, they were grinding. While others were partying, they were working. While others were making excuses, they were making moves. They were willing to give up temporary pleasure for long-term success. And that's the difference between those who win and those who don't. Winners understand that sacrifice is the entry fee to greatness. Some of you say you want a better life, but you're not willing to let go of the habits that are keeping you from it. You say you want success, but you're still wasting time on things that don't move you forward. You say you want to be great, but you're still hanging around people who don't push you to be better. You can't have it both ways. You can't be successful and still live like everybody else. You have to choose. You have to decide that your dreams are worth more than your distractions. It's going to be hard. There will be days when you're tired, when you feel like giving up, when you wonder if it's even worth it. But let me tell you something. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts forever. You don't want to wake up one day wishing you had worked harder, wishing you had sacrificed more, wishing you had given it everything you had. You have an opportunity right now to change your life, to rewrite your story, but you have to be willing to do what most people won't. Nobody said it would be easy, but I promise you it will be worth it. The late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices, they will all pay off. Because when you finally get to where you're going, when you finally see the results of your hard work, you'll realize that everything you gave up was nothing compared to what you gained. So stop making excuses. Stop holding on to things that are keeping you from your destiny. Make the sacrifice, do the work, and watch your life change forever. The only person standing between you and success is you. Not your past, not your circumstances, not other people. It's you. The battle isn't out there. It's in your mind. It's in your habits. It's in the choices you make every single day. Some of you keep looking around, trying to find the problem, trying to find someone or something to blame. But the truth is, the biggest competition you have is the person in the mirror. Every single day you wake up with two options: be the same person you were yesterday or be better. And the sad reality is most people choose to stay the same. They choose comfort over growth. They choose excuses over action. They choose to let fear, doubt, and laziness control their lives instead of taking charge. And that's why they never change. That's why their life looks the same year after year. But if you want to change your life, if you want to reach the next level, you have to wake up every day with one mission: defeat the old you. The old you makes excuses. The new you takes action. The old you procrastinates. The new you gets things done. The old you gives up when things get hard. The new you pushes through no matter what. The old you lets fear win. The new you looks fear in the face and moves forward anyway. That's the difference between people who succeed and people who don't. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not some magical formula. It's a decision to be better than you were yesterday, no matter how small the step may be. This isn't about competing with anybody else. This isn't about proving anything to the world. This is about proving something to yourself. Can you be more disciplined than you were yesterday? Can you work harder than you did last week? Can you show up for yourself even when nobody's watching? Because that's where the real change happens. Not in the big flashy moments, but in the quiet, unseen hours when you make the choice to keep going. You have everything it takes to change your life, but you have to wake up every day ready to fight for it. You have to wake up every day ready to outwork, outlast, and outgrow the person you were yesterday. You have to refuse to settle, refuse to stay the same, refuse to let the old you win. Because every time you choose discipline over comfort, every time you choose progress over excuses, every time you push yourself just a little bit further, you're one step closer to the life you deserve. So stop competing with the world and start competing with yourself. Because the moment you defeat the old you, that's the moment everything changes. Pain is part of the process. Struggle is part of the journey, but too many of you let pain stop you instead of push you. You hit a challenge and you slow down. You face resistance and you start questioning yourself. You experience failure and you convince yourself that maybe success isn't for you. But let me tell you something. There's no success without struggle. There's no growth without pain. Every great person, every champion, every legend had to go through something to get to where they are. The difference is they didn't let the pain break them. They let it build them. You say you want success, but are you willing to go through what it takes to get there? Are you willing to endure the late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices, the failures, the setbacks, the days when nothing seems to go your way? Are you willing to keep pushing when your body is tired, when your mind is screaming at you to quit, when the world is telling you it's impossible? Because that's what separates the winners from the quitters. Winners don't run from the pain, they use it. Pain is a teacher. It shows you what you're made of. It exposes your weaknesses so you can turn them into strengths. It pushes you past your limits so you can discover just how powerful you really are. Every struggle you go through is shaping you into the person you need to be. Every obstacle is preparing you for the success that's waiting for you. But you have to stop looking at pain as the enemy. You have to stop seeing struggle as a sign to quit. It's not a roadblock, it's a test. And if you pass the test, you come out stronger, wiser, and better than you were before. Look at your pain and ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? How is this making me better? How can I use this to grow? Because the reality is, success is on the other side of struggle. The dream life you want, the goals you set, the person you want to become, it's all waiting for you, but you have to go through the fire to get it. You have to be willing to endure. You have to be willing to fight. You have to be willing to keep going even when everything inside of you is telling you to stop. Nobody said it would be easy. Nobody said it wouldn't hurt. But I promise you this, if you keep pushing, if you refuse to quit, if you use your pain instead of running from it, one day you'll look back and realize that every struggle, every challenge, every tear, every sleepless night, it was all worth it. Because pain is temporary, but success lasts forever. So don't give up. Don't back down, keep pushing, keep grinding, and let your struggles shape you into the person you were meant to be. Look around at the people in your life, the ones you talk to every day, the ones you spend your time with, the ones you listen to, because whether you realize it or not, they are shaping you. They are influencing the way you think, the way you move, the way you see yourself. And if you're surrounded by people who don't believe in growth, who don't push themselves, who settle for mediocrity, then guess what? That's exactly where you're going to end up. You can't expect to elevate your life if you're constantly around people who are dragging you down. You can't expect to win if you're surrounded by people who are comfortable losing. Some of you are stuck, not because you don't have the talent, not because you don't have the ability, but because you keep surrounding yourself with the wrong energy. You keep hanging around people who don't inspire you, who don't challenge you, who don't hold you accountable, and that's why you're not growing. If you want to change your life, start by changing the people around you. Find people who are hungry. Find people who want more. Find people who refuse to settle. Because when you surround yourself with winners, their mindset starts to rub off on you. Their energy lifts you up. Their ambition fuels your own. You start to see what's possible. You start to push yourself harder. You start to expect more from yourself. And that's when everything changes. This isn't about cutting people off just to cut them off. This is about making a decision. Do you want to stay where you are or do you want to grow? Do you want to stay stuck in the same cycle or do you want to level up? Because the truth is, some people in your life are anchors. And as long as you keep holding on to them, you will never be able to rise. You can't save everyone. You can't drag people to success who don't want it for themselves, but you can choose to put yourself in an environment that pushes you forward instead of holding you back. Success is not just about what you do, it's about who you surround yourself with. If you want to be great, get around greatness. If you want to be disciplined, get around disciplined people. If you want to succeed, get around people who are obsessed with success. Because at the end of the day, you either rise with the right people or sink with the wrong ones. So take a hard look at your circle. Are they pushing you to be better or are they keeping you stuck? Because your future depends on that answer. You don't have time to waste. You don't have time to keep putting things off. You don't have time to keep telling yourself, I'll do it later. Later is killing your dreams. Later is keeping you stuck. Later is the excuse that's robbing you of your future. You think you have time, but you don't. Every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. Every day you spend procrastinating is a day you could have been building, growing, and getting closer to your goals. And if you keep waiting for the perfect moment, if you keep hesitating, if you keep playing small, one day you're going to wake up and realize that you ran out of time. People say life is short, but the truth is life is long if you waste it. Life is long when you spend years stuck in the same place, doing the same things, making the same excuses. Life is long when you live with regret, looking back at all the chances you didn't take, all the opportunities you let slip away. But life is powerful when you live with urgency. Life is fulfilling when you wake up every day with purpose, when you move with intention, when you stop treating time like it's guaranteed. You don't get today back. You don't get this moment back. So what are you doing with it? Are you using your time to build the life you want, or are you wasting it on distractions, on fear, on doubt? You say you want success, but are your actions matching your words? You say you want change, but are you moving like someone who is serious about it? Because the people who succeed in life aren't the ones who talk about it. They're the ones who do something about it. They don't wait for the right time. They create the right time. They don't wait for motivation. They show up even when they don't feel like it. They don't waste time. They own it. You have an opportunity right now to change your life, but that opportunity won't be there forever. One day you won't have another chance. One day all the time you thought you had will be gone. And the only question that will matter is, did you make it count? Did you do everything you could? Did you give it your all, or did you let time slip away thinking you had more? Your time is now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready, now. Because if you don't take action today, you'll be in the same place a year from now, wondering why nothing changed. So stop waiting, stop hesitating, stop making excuses. Get up, get moving, own your time before it runs out, because at the end of the day, time doesn't wait for anybody. And the only way to change your life is to stop wasting it. At the end of the day, everything comes down to one question. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to change your life? How bad do you want to break free from the excuses, the fear, the doubt, the hesitation? Because nobody is going to do it for you. Nobody is going to wake up at 4 a.m. and chase your dreams for you. Nobody is going to put in the work, make the sacrifices, fight through the pain on your behalf. That's on you. It's always been on you. There is no secret formula, no shortcut, no easy way out. The only way to change your life is to take control of it, to stop waiting for permission, to stop blaming your circumstances, to stop looking for an easy route, and to start doing the work. Every single day you are given a choice to stay the same or to become better. And if you keep choosing comfort over growth, if you keep choosing excuses over execution, then don't be surprised when nothing changes. Because success is not about luck. It's not about talent. It's about hunger. It's about the willingness to go all in, to bet on yourself, to commit to the process, even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable, even when nobody is watching. You have one life, one shot, one opportunity to make something of yourself. And you don't get a do-over. You don't get to rewind the clock. Every second that passes is a second you will never get back. So what are you doing with it? Are you moving with urgency? Are you attacking your goals like your life depends on it? Because guess what? It does. Your future depends on what you do today. Your success depends on the choices you make right now. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop doubting yourself. Stop letting fear control you. This is your moment. This is your time. There will be obstacles. There will be challenges. There will be days when you feel like quitting. But those are the moments that separate the winners from everyone else. The winners don't quit. The winners don't back down. The winners don't let pain break them. They let it build them. And if you want to be one of them, if you want to rise, if you want to create a life that makes you proud, then you have to make the decision right here, right now, that you will not stop, that you will not settle, that you will not give up until you get to where you are meant to be. No more excuses, no more hesitation, no more waiting. The time for change is now. The time to take action is now. The time to become the person you were meant to be is now, because one day you will look back at this moment and realize that this was the day everything changed. This was the day you stopped talking and started doing. This was the day you took control of your destiny. So go, get after it, fight for it, and don't stop until you built the life you deserve.